yourselves.
I'm not saying extra. The
Oh,
real.
yeah,
Yes,
it's
you are.
cute.
You just love to extra. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Okay.
Extra bonus edition
of Business and Bikini Season 3. We are here obviously with Skylar Lanier, IFBB Bikini Pro.
Etila, Santiago, IFBB Bikini Pro.
And Nikki, Politi, NPC Bikini.
And on this special edition, bonus edition of Business and Bikinis, we are going to talk about business and being in bikinis. And especially the first question we want to start off with is specifically geared towards Etila, because you were competing for a while and stepped back and you are now a judge. So the question is, what have you learned so far from being a judge that you wish you would have known being a competitor?
Wow, I would say everything. Basic, because first of all, when we compete on stage, we just think about ourselves, but we don't look ourselves on stage. So once I was sitting there like a judge, I saw the bikinis doing many mistakes that of course I did before, and let's say about pose, how they actually wear this suit. Sometimes they wear this suit like so down or so high, but doesn't actually fit your body, the way you pose it too, like sometimes you bend over too much, and this doesn't look nice for the judge, because listen, we are a little down than you. If you do that, it doesn't look good. But well, what I'm actually saying here is like many little things, details that if I could use it to myself when I was competing, maybe I would do much better. That's why I always say, when you finish your competition, come to the judge, ask how actually you did on stage, and you can prove, since it was like you went to stage and then now you can get better and better,
Those are really good points. And also with Nikki, she's currently competing and doing judging as well. So with you doing both at the same time, how, when you're going to go into a show, what is going through your mind?
Well, going to do a show, like competing on stage, I've noticed like last year when I did North Americans, I had way more confidence going into the show than I ever did before, because when you sit back, like Etila said, when you sit back and look at the competitors as a judge, you know exactly what to do, what not to do anymore. So those little tweaks that you make in your posing, your routine, your transitions, your comparisons, you know what the judges are looking for, you know what they're going to see. So I felt better going on stage, like, okay, I can do this now. Like, I know what I'm doing.
You know exactly what to do now.
Yeah, like I just felt better about myself. Like, even though the placing doesn't matter, it just, you felt better, Does that make sense?
No, it definitely does. Yeah. And those are really good points that you were making. And something that I just thought of also is, for someone for an athlete who is not a judge, how can you give them advice for you two being judges and competitors, where you say you get on stage and you've learned so much from being a judge? How can you give that same advice to someone who isn't a judge?
First of all, of course, after you step on stage, finish your competition, go to the judge and talk about how you can improve more. But of course, you need to watch the video and see what you did and what the other girls did to win. Let's say you didn't get first place, you didn't win, but you got 50th place, and you see the difference between you and the first, and you can study like what she did and you did not do on stage, and you can improve yourself. How you are posing, how you can improve the way you walk or the way you present yourself on stage,
I think also, to bring out a really good point, to know what you look like on stage, when we all practice, we're all obviously all using a mirror. And if somebody can record you in the audience when you're doing your routine, so you get that view of how the judges see you looking upward, and then you can go back and look at the video and be like, oh man, that's not how it looked when I practiced in the mirror. It looks so different on stage. You could really look back at that video and critique yourself. Okay, I need to turn more this way, turn this way, not put my toes out, not put my toes in, whatever it may be. So you can see those little tweaks you make when you are on stage in our eyes.
Yes. That was a really good point. I agree with everything, especially when you do your check-ins to your coach. Always have it at a judge's angle too, because also when you send them videos, it gives them a good point of what the judges would see too.
Yeah, and also you can see about how it's obtaining color or with the other girls close to you, if your makeup with the lights is also good, and what you need to change for the next competition and it be better. So these little things matter so much. That's why it's really good. It's really important to be attention of this.
I agree.
So with the competing part, we also have the business part. If you want to start with business outside of competing.
Oh, so, well, it's still in competing, but
Well,
not
yes.
competing, yeah. So, like Skylar, we are promoters, and I have the NPC Pennsylvania Muscle that's taking place on August 13th in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And I know people from Lancaster are going to make fun of me for the way I pronounce that, but that's the way I say it. It is at the Marriott in Lancaster, and this is the second year that we're having this show. It is a national qualifier. It is a great show. Last year we had head judge Bill Sibilia, who again is phenomenal, and 2 weeks later he normally judges North Americans along with Etila, who will judge North Americans. It's literally a great warm-up show. We had a phenomenal time last year. It was so much fun, and I'm so excited to put it on this year. And we always say, like, juggling life while competing, it's all about balance. Like, there's a lot that we all do, and if you can find that balance to put on a great show or have your training program with clients and be able to be involved in the NPC IFBB, when you can juggle all that and balance all that, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful journey. You have fun, such a fun time along the way, and you meet great people,
Oh, yes.
great friends. It becomes a family.
Yes, and speaking of balance, if anyone hasn't read it yet, you need to pick up Winning by Tim Grover, because he goes over a lot with, a winning mindset, and I feel like people get so caught up in not having balance with their professional life and what we do, and they see outside looking in that we have everything figured out, but it took a while for us to get here. It takes a while to find out what your balance is, because everyone's life is so different. She juggling school, work, being a promoter, competing. You have your swimwear line, judging, all that stuff.
Yeah, so my program lifestyle work is Etila Fitness, and it's beside of actually the compete and stuff. You also need to have your balance, your balance outside of the stage. So that's why I built my program for lifestyle work. Because you are not competing like 24/7
Yeah.
or all the time of the year, but you also want to stay you still want to love your body, love yourself, and you still keep it going, So it's that's why I have my program, and you can access the website here. I'm gonna put here.
Because we'll insert it here.
Here, the atlafitness.com, and you can sign up for the program you actually want. It's like weight loss, you can build muscle or just maintain, keep it going. That's how it works.
And then with myself, as well, like Nikki said, I am a promoter along with TSG Events and Gary Udit for the 2022 NPC IFBB Pro League Warrior Classic happening in Richmond, Virginia at the Dominion Energy Center. Started there for a bit. It is where Jay Cutler is held normally. It is a beautiful theater. Everyone will love it. And then on June 11th, it is the NPC IFBB Pro League DC Pro happening in McLean, Virginia. And for the Warrior, we will have IFBB Wellness, IFBB Men's Classic Physique, along with your NPC divisions. And then for the DC Pro, it will be IFBB Bikini, IFBB Men's Physique, along with NPC divisions as well. Both of these shows are National Qualifier and Olympia qualifying. So if you get that first place, get that Olympia. But with those two shows, they've been very fun to, help put together and help promote. But also on the side, I help run 2 gyms. So that's also interesting. I'm more of the HR, teamwork, filling out everything, and it's definitely a lot going on, but it's so much fun. It's such an adrenaline rush. And like you said, it's all about finding your balance. And it's taken a little bit, but I think we're getting there.
We're getting
We're getting there. And it can always be better. It's every year as we learn something new, and we're always like, how can we take it to the next level? And I think that's a very beautiful thing.
It is.
Especially in this industry, because it's always like, how can we be better? How can we be better athletes? How can we be better promoters? How can we be better business?
Judges.
Yeah, judges, business women, all of that stuff.
Yeah. That's why we all come together.
And that's why we make an incredible team.
We actually push each other here.
We do.
Yes, yes. So I think that is all the time we have here today for Business and Bikinis.
A special bonus extra edition. That's it.
Of season 3. Yes. So we will see you same time, same place.